punching the clock, sir? Where was the clock at?
It's right now. This is a job. This is our second job.
So right now, not 30 minutes ago. It's right now.
Yeah, right
Okay,
now because
okay.
we behind. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Fuller's Corner Podcast, where we give not advice, we give experiences. The best experience comes from advice. I change that up almost every week.
The best
but it's all
advice comes from
It's
experience.
right there. We give experience, not advice. The best advice comes from experience. Look at you trying to correct me and saying it wrong too.
I think you said it backwards when you was looking at it.
Either way it go, I meant what I said and I said what I meant.
But you said it backwards.
Cheers. Thank you for the drink, baby.
Am I the only wife that can't have nothing? So I had this in the refrigerator. I also had a 7-Up that disappeared.
It didn't disappear. I drunk it right in your face.
I didn't see you
How
drinking
long was it in there though?
That don't. Since when is there a timeline when you go and purchase something? When is there a timestamp as to when you have a deadline? Since when is there a deadline for you to drink it? It's
called the expiration date. So somebody need to drink it or eat it or something.
What's the expiration date on that?
It is today right now. Yeah, it say it right there.
I'll put it in the door. I don't even put it in the refrigerator. I'll put it in the door to separate it. I be needing an extra boost at work. I had some coffee already. So this was just going to be taken up there when I got ready.
Yeah,
but I can't do that.
And she bought it 2 months ago. And
it ain't been no 2 months ago.
It's been a while. It's been at least a month.
But I was going to drink
at least a month, y'all.
It's maybe been 2 weeks. It's maybe been 2 weeks.
Now we just lying.
But anyway, I was going to drink it when I
now
got
we're just telling stories.
Ready.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I can't do that.
It's too late now. You can have a little swig if you want. If you need some energy.
I can have a swig of my drink. Ain't that some stuff? But I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. If it ain't him, it's my son. Somebody gonna put their hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to drink stuff when I get ready, not when somebody else want me to do it.
Oh, like she don't eat up people's stuff. Whatever.
We going back to the pepperonis?
No.
Are we going back to the pepperonis?
Into this episode. Anyway, just a little entryway to our functional yet dysfunctional household. Everybody has one, so mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, today we got a great topic. I was on the phone with a friend yesterday, and somehow the topic of being single versus being married came up, and I think that is a very, very, very broad subject that a lot of people have an opinion on, and a lot of people have their pros and cons of both of them. Before we go any further, I just want to just hit you with just see what you have basically on your mind about the two from your experience or whatever you feel about either or, if one is better, if one is worse. How do you feel about it?
I'm not going to say one is. It depends on the person. I feel marriage is better than being single, but it also depends on the person. And everybody's not relationship oriented. Some people rather be single. That's fine. That's your business. But I feel like if you are truly wanting to be committed to somebody, of course get married. But like we've said before, you have to choose your heart. I feel like being single is hard. Being married is hard. Choose your heart. Like some people feel like, I think a lot of people that are single that haven't really been in a real relationship, they think that marriage is rainbows and roses. Mm-hmm. Just from the outside looking in.
Absolutely.
No. And then too, a lot of people, they base their judgment on celebrity couples or what people post on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
People lie. People, it's so easy to put on a facade and people just eat it up. Like that's not real life.
The internet is the most deceptive place in the world. It's literally where I feel like, the enemy, if you will, lays his head. And you're exactly right about that. However, I guess I should give some context. He was coming from more of a standpoint of like he's seeking and thirsting for marriage. He even used the term I'm jealous. And I tell him all the time, like, bro, I hate when you say that because it's just like you just said, it makes it seem like, bro, you think that coming on this side is peachy. And I get it, just to give two simple cons to marriage and being single. Well, one is single, comes with being lonely sometimes. Marriage comes with a lot of worry, a lot of, especially married with kids, so when he says those things, it just throws me off because it's just like, brother, like, married people get, I don't want to say jealous, like that's just the wrong word for it, but married people
definitely.
We get to a point to where it's just like, man, like, say for instance with the kids, we're enjoying the moments with them as their children, but when they're adults, it's going to be cool when it's just like, hey, we can just come and go as we please, but at the same time, that worry is going to sit in like, dang, like, I hope the kids are okay. I hope everything is going good. But I say all that to say this, this is even biblical. I'm not big on remembering scriptures. I'm big on remembering how things should be and the things that we should, I believe in James. James is one of my favorite chapters or books of the Bible. Somewhere in there, I don't know exactly where it is. It says something about basically how do I say, I just drew a blank, but I'll get back to that. Anyway, when you're single, you think that everything is peachy on the other side, and there's just a white picket fence with 2 kids, a dog, and this and this, and there's no worry. And it's a lot more. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Somewhere in James, it basically just says like you have to not only read the word, but you have to apply it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You have to apply these things, and that's what I'm big on. I'm not big on like remembering the scriptures, but I'm big on applying things. And what I'm getting at is, I remember reading, I don't know exactly where it is, but how God was basically saying, once you become, once you choose your wife, or he sends you your wife, or whatever it may be, or you get your husband, whatever, you become one. You become yoked as one, right? Mm-hmm. Well, with that being said, God even knew that, and I'm not trying to get all religious or nothing like that. I'm just giving you an example because this applies whether you believe in God or not. But basically what he said was, you will lose a certain amount of, or I should say God will lose a certain amount of your attention. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. Once you choose your wife, once you get your wife and y'all, jump the broom, then you start having kids, he knows that your attention is divided now.
Yeah.
Versus being single, you can give all God your attention. Give God all of the attention and all of the, just focus. Praise and focus and all of that. So with that being said, people don't realize that happens in real life. Whether this is for the non-believer. You got recitals to go to. You got practices. You got kids to drop off. You got dates that you have to go on. You don't have a choice of, I'm gonna go on a date with a girl. There's no more choices. There's no more. You are literally, you have dependence now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and some people are so desperate for that. And the key to both of them, in my opinion, is patience. You have to be patient as a single person, and you have to be patient as a married person.
Facts.
And you have to wait
because you
until
can't
it's
be
the right time for
too
everything.
desperate as a single person, because that's when you end up with the wrong person.
Absolutely.
Don't be too jealous of what you think you know about other people's relationship, because then you gonna jump into something thinking that that's what you want.
Yep.
And don't put too much focus on what other people have, because then that becomes your focus. That becomes your goal. Oh, I want that. No, you got to build your own.
Absolutely.
What we have is not going to be the same thing that works for you. Like, I think that's the best marriage advice that we got whenever we got married. His aunt told us, I can't give you marriage advice because I don't know what it's like to be married to either one of you. Nobody can tell you what it's like to be married to him because nobody's done it. Nobody can tell him what it's like to be married to me because nobody's done it. So when you're single and you are hoping and wishing for that, be hoping and wishing for your own person that's going to be your match. Don't be hoping and wishing for what you see somebody else with. And I mean, that's just,
absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely. And on a more positive note, you know, some of the positives of being single versus being married, you know, being single, you have your freedom. We just spoke about that. You know, you have no one's telling you where to go, what to do, stuff like that.
Or you don't feel like you have to inform somebody of what you're doing. Like, if I'm going to be out and about after work, I feel like I should tell him so he not worrying. Because normally I'm home at a certain time. If I'm not, he may be like, okay, she all right? The kids all right? What happened? Why they ain't here? Why I ain't heard from them? Like, you have to put somebody else's concern into the equation.
Yep. Definitely. And that's a positive for single people, is that you have that freedom. You have nobody to answer to. You go as you go. You come as you come. It's all on you. However, now I get this, and this is what I feel like my friend is feeling right now. I feel like he's feeling like there's nothing rewarding in his life. And that's the thing about having a family, is that it can be so rewarding. It can be so just filled. Your life can just be filled with joy because of people. This world operates off of people. You know what I mean? So even if you were single for the rest of your life, you still need people to help fulfill your life. People need people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one thing about it is, you know, having a family can be so rewarding. However, like I was trying to explain to him, you know, it's one of those deals. Like I said, people think white picket fence, girl and a boy, beautiful wife, should never give you slack. He never gives the wife slack. The kids go to college, they become doctors and lawyers, or go to the NBA, or become the next pop star or something, whatever, you know, or the president, whatever. Guys, come on now. We people of color. How many people do you know like that? And even if you do know somebody like that, you know that their whole entire family ain't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all is different strokes for different folks. So this is what I like to say. Life is a gamble no matter how you look at it. Life is a gamble. You understand? When you jump in that car to go to your job, you're gambling.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's either or. Something can happen. Most likely it won't. But you're still taking a risk. It's a very low risk. You know what I'm saying? Going into marriage, having children, that's a big risk. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, it's just like when you're in Vegas. When you single, you got a few chips, you know, you putting them up to the front. You know what I'm saying? You clutching on a whole lot, but you only putting up a little bit to bet. You know what I'm saying? You betting conservative. When you get a family, a wife and kids, you putting it all on the table, brother. It's all or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's
so
basically
you got
what
to
it
be
is.
prepared. That's what you have to know for sure that that's what you want to do.
Absolutely. And guess what? you gonna win big, or you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be something in between, or it's gonna be in negative types deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but like I said, in my opinion, it's more cons to being married, but it's more pros to being married. It's less cons to being single, but there's less pros to being single.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you, you know. It's not up to you because, like I said, I wouldn't just jump into anything just to say I'm in it, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Anything. Like, you just have to know that, first of all, know the type of person you are.
Yep.
And then whoever you get in a relationship with, know the type of person that they are, and be sure that marriage is what's going to work for y'all.
Yes.
I mean, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of people that just jump into stuff just to jump into it, and then they end up divorced or in a abusive relationship that they shouldn't have never been in. Like,
absolutely.
Know what you doing completely before you do it. Yes, you can never be 100%, but if you doubt yourself more than you have confidence in yourself in the situation you in, listen to your gut.
Absolutely.
And just don't do it.
Absolutely. I think you know, like I said, it's tough either way. You know, we don't really have a lot of experience being alone and that type of deal. But at the same time, too, you know, we have experience at the deal that I feel like is tougher. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody say. It's tough. You know, an old head told me one time, he said that he would always advise the youngsters to live by themselves. You understand? It's because people have it's an illusion that people think that if you get roommates, that is going to work out. You're going to save money. You're going to this, and this. And don't get me wrong, for some people, it definitely works out.
Yeah.
But why you think folks got background checks and stuff like that? Why you think folks don't like to stay with their family? Why? Because, oh man, I don't think I can make rent this month. I don't think I could this, and that. I know more people who have had failed roommate situations than anything. And it kind of relates to relationships. Like, everybody think that 1 + 1 = 2. And a lot of times it's not. You have to realize that your one is more important to build on before you start adding on to it. You know what I'm saying? Add on to yourself before you start trying to add somebody on to you. Most of us ain't even freaking ready to take on another person. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can't even deal with yourself, but you trying to deal with somebody else.
Absolutely.
Like, that is a lot. And then you put kids on top of that.
Oh man.
Look.
You talk about some butt backwards people out in this world.
Look.
And I mean, we one of them, like, or two of them, like, I mean, we did this thing completely backwards, y'all.
Completely.
And take it from us. I mean, we have had our fair share of ups and downs.
And that's why we can say that, because we did it. So we know, like, we did not learn ourselves before we jumped into our relationship. And that's why we had the bumps that we had.
Absolutely.
Like, no doubt about it. Like, I know I didn't know who I was. I was very naive and gullible and just stupid. I was young and dumb. So we had a lot of bumps because we didn't know ourselves individually before we started adding on to it.
It's funny, too, because now we're getting our get back as far as all of our friends who we were, quote unquote, jealous of because they got to go off to college and enjoy themselves, go to South Padre, go to Cancun, go do this or do that. You know what I'm saying? Be in the mix all the time. We missed out on that. That's what we chose to sacrifice voluntarily. However, now we got kids who are a little older compared to a lot of our friends who did that, and now
Yeah.
they're starting to have their families and stuff. And it's so cute because they had their little babies now, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, I'm done with that, buddy. So, you know, it's kind of cool to know that there's definitely just visual pros and cons to this.
Yeah.
And it's something that's gonna continue. It's a cycle that's gonna continue to go. I mean, you know, I advise people to wait on children, you know, and to have it with the person that, you know, maybe is set out for you. But we all know that sometimes it just don't go that way, and we all make mistakes. You know, we all do things prematurely, and we all battle with temptation.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is, man. And you know, I like I said, to each his own, man. I wouldn't rush anything, and I would have patience with everything as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you married, single, in some complicated stuff, whatever it may be, man. Just
that the other one on Facebook? You married, you single. It's complicated.
Yeah, I don't even think people like use that no more either, because that's like a. You want to talk about red flag? What was that whole red flag thing? Mm-hmm. That's like the red flag of all. Like, we ain't fooling with nobody and nothing complicated. Yeah. If your life is complicated, get the HELL away from me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I mean, I feel like marriage has been better for us than the single life. Somebody else may have a different answer for that question. But for us,
I feel like single people show more jealousy, or I should say, they want what married people want more, or have more. I said more. Single people want what married people have more than married people want what single people have, openly. And I know it has a lot to do with the statuses. Like, you ain't gonna have no married person come out talking about some, I just want to be single, this, and this. I mean, unless they're in, you know, a messed up situation. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like, I saw some chick, she was doing a stand-up the other day, and she was like, y'all, she started to show off. She was just like, y'all, I'm done with this single stuff. I'm tired of paying these bills by myself, you know. And luckily, she probably, well, in her favor, I'm sure she had somebody who was actually really, really helping her out financially. But we all know, like I said, you know, help ain't always. Sometimes help is hurt. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of situations. So I advise people to get yourself right, and then, you know, see about what you need to do.
And I question people that have never been married and swear it's the worst thing in the world. Like, how are you so against something that you've never done?
And usually the people who have been married and they complain about not being married, or you shouldn't get married, were usually the problem. You know what I mean? Like, they was the one that kind of, you know, were the bad seed in the marriage. I feel like. I could be wrong, but.
That's why you see people that's been married 4, 5, 6 times, because they trying to get that thing right.
Absolutely.
Marriage is a beautiful thing if you allow it to be. Mm-hmm. Like, if you allow it to be. If you are blessed to find the right person, and if you allow it to be the beautiful thing that it was designed to be.
Yep.
But
marriage can be, man, it is for us, but you know, for some people it's a struggle. Yeah. And that's another thing people just have to think about. I mean, like I said, it ain't all peaches and cream, you know. You gotta love each other. You know, you gotta love each other, and you have to
like each other.
Want to do things with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a miserable marriage for two people that don't like each other.
We went through that, you know, and we weren't even married, but I feel like we went through a stage of, like, I didn't want to hang out with her, and she was kind of boring, and, you know.
Dang.
I mean, I'm just being blunt. You know, like, that's why I would always be out and about, you know, running these streets, you know what I'm saying? But it was me that needed to grow up and realize, man, like, you got you a good one. you got you one that's gonna stick around and wait on your dumb self to get your stuff in order. You know what I mean? So, hey man, boring is good for a lot of us. A lot of y'all need boring, especially y'all fellas out there. You need to sit your black A down. You
You
know what
trying
I'm
to
talking
hold
about?
on to stuff as long you ain't gonna be young forever.
Yeah, man. And get out the game, man. Get out the game, go get you some money. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing a lot of stuff about girls like getting mad because they dudes playing the game.
I
Like,
hear it all the time.
yeah, man, that's crazy to me. I'm
All
not
the
a
time.
gamer guy. Sorry. My friends probably dislike me a lot for that. Not dislike me, but like, man, dude, don't play no games. Yeah,
But
man.
find that balance. You
Yeah,
play
find that
your
balance.
game, but don't let it take all of your free time.
Yeah.
Because everybody has their thing, be it the game or hanging out with your friends or
And I'll throw y'all
whatever.
a bone, fellas, too. Ladies, if you are complaining about him doing that, he could be doing a whole lot worse. Trust me, I know. A whole lot worse. So, yeah, you know, you got to find that balance right there. You know what I'm saying? You got to find that balance. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know.
Look, find your person
Yes.
and be patient. If
Absolutely.
you 23 and single, you still young.
You got a lot of
You
life
are
to
fine.
live.
You still got some learning and growing to do. You ain't gotta rush it.
Nope.
You do not have to rush it. It will come when it's supposed to come.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Mm.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But hey, man, I love that topic. I feel like that's something that we can definitely
Elaborate
turn
on.
into, something that we can elaborate on. And man, love it. Love it.
There's good and bad in both.
Yeah.
There's struggle in both.
Yep.
You can struggle single and you can struggle married.
Yep.
No, nothing's perfect. Nothing. No, if somebody came to you and said they have the perfect marriage, they lying.
Absolutely.
Lying
And
through their teeth.
When that single person lay their head down, this is just a general statement. This don't apply to everybody. I get some of y'all single folks got more stuff going on than married folks with 12 kids. I'm just saying for, in general, when a single person lay their head down, I ain't saying they worry free, but there's a lot less to worry about when they lay their head down. When we lay our head down, got son, got daughter, got the dog, got your mama, got your daddy, her family, my family. It's a lot going on.
Because that too. When you single, thank you, even though I can't drink my own stuff. But it is what it is.
Thank you for the drink, babe. You are the best. Nobody greater. What Nate Dogg said? Nobody does it better. Oh, screw me.
And
I'm belted. Look, done burped up the girl drink.
I gotta find me a hiding spot, y'all.
Screw me. But anyway, yeah. You know what I'm saying? In my Charleston white voice. We give advice. Wait, hold on, my bad. We give experience, not advice. Yeah.
Because what?
The best advice comes from experience.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Man, y'all have a good night, man. Peace.
Thank you. Get the D.